Hello, VIPKid teachers. This video is for mainly the new teachers, but it's also for teachers that have been in it a while. I just want to share. I thought I was going to make out this list of like five, the top five tips I had and this and that, but I've learned that if you know me, I'm Teacher Kristi, by the way. You don't have to remember my name, but I've been with VIPKid for over a year. Um, but I'm a Christian and I like this year, 2019, I've been actively reading the Word, praying, and trying to listen. Um, so even with my videos, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna pray about it instead of just writing down stuff and going doing my own thing. Because it's not always bad when I do that, but it's always better when I listen. It just is. And when I pray about it, it's so much better. So I prayed about it. And this is the one thing. Nothing else came to mind except for this one thing. So the tip is invest in your student. That's it. Invest in your student. So I can go into detail about the difference now compared to the difference, compared to how I was before. Not just how I was, but the connection. The relationship, obviously, it takes time to build a relationship with someone, even though when I came into it, I saw everyone else's connections and I naturally just want to jump in and be like, oh, we have a connection. I wanted a connection, but you didn't have a genuine connection until more than 6 months, and really a connection until a year for real. Um, to where I wanted to send gifts. I wanted to send cards. I did send cards before then, but to where I wanted to spend my own money and send gifts and do different things like that. And another thing, it took that long just this week. What is today? It is February 21st, 2019, and I started around October 31st, 2017, and I just now got a WeChat, and I was nervous about it because, I was nervous. I can't talk about God. I can't do this or that because on my Facebook, I'll blow it up with talking about God because it's inside me and it's not something that I'm gonna keep in. But for WeChat, it was keeping me away. And then I prayed about it, and then I felt led to it. And then I realized, you know what? I can spread love without even saying his name. I can. It's hard, but I can do it. I can do it through showing family pictures. I can do it through, basic level love because he is love. And I can say the word love, and he is love. I don't have to say his name. I know it, and I want to share it. But if that's not respected, if that's not something, if that's a rule that I'm not allowed to do that, and I don't feel led to do it, then so be it. Um, but I'm happy that it's happened because now I'm able to connect with moms. I'm able to tell them, have a good day at work, and they tell me the same thing. I have real connections with, I'm a mom of three under the age of 4 years old. I have twins that are about to be four, and I have a 2-year old. And I'm able to sit there and see pictures of my student, outside of the classroom. I'm like, oh, it's like family over in China, and I'm able to talk to the mom as if she were one of my friends because she is now. And this mom I've never met before. And then another, if you stick around after 3 minutes, you're gonna hear stories. So I won the trip to Disneyland, and then I met a mom. And now I thought this student that I'm telling you that I joined the WeChat and I see her on WeChat, that's who I thought was going to be there. But I actually didn't have a student there. But it was okay. And I was okay with it. And I knew that was a possibility that I wouldn't have a student there. And what happened though is I was able to get to know other students and one mom in particular very well. And we were able to talk and understand each other and connect on a mom level so much. And what happened was that, see, I don't want to go into details. I don't know what details are mine to share, but what I can share with you is that it connected us, and now I got to see him today. So it's been only like a week or two since Disneyland, and I just got to teach her student who she may have never found me before. I was able to write my show name down, give it to her, and she was able to find me, and now I'm teaching her student. It's so awesome. And then now maybe she can, you know, join me on WeChat, and I'm learning WeChat. It's to me, it's not like Facebook, because Facebook, you can find anybody. WeChat is so private that, people have to find you. You have to find them with their specific name so far. That's what I'm learning. And that, if you want a group of people, you have to create it. And so it feels more exclusive and stricter, but that's okay. It's okay right now. If that's where I feel like I'm being led, it just feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, and so if you've ever worried about it or wondered about it, I encourage you not to just jump into it or to jump out of it, but to pray about it and go with what he's telling you. Um, Once you start praying more and more, you're going to realize prayer actually works. It's not just something people say. It's not just, I don't know, it's a real thing. It's changes things. It actually changes things, and he will lead you. You have to listen. You need to obey, but he will lead you. So invest in your student. That's my main tip. Learn their likes, their dislikes. Get to know them for who they are. I can right now I teach 6 classes in it, and that feels like work to me. I'm tired. If I could just work only about 3 classes, I would miss a lot of students, but I could give all of my energy into 3 classes for sure, because each and every one of my students, I want to give them. I don't want to be fake. I want to be real, still happy, but God's deep down inside of me, so I have that joy. It's like I tell some people I'm a weird morning person, but I have God deep down inside of me, and it's not hard to be joyful. Situations are hard sometimes, but it's not hard to be joyful when you're like, you know what, I woke up today and I got to read today and I got to talk to him. It's hard not to be. Um, and so giving them your all and 100%, and not, being fake and then turning off the camera and then, oh, but that was another kid, that was another paycheck. It's not like that for me at all. And I love it. Um, so investing in your student 100%, I don't know what else to tell you, and not spoon feeding them, letting them, when they're trying to figure out a word, letting them try first, and then so that you know what letters they're messing up on or what they have confusion over, um, and then letting them sound it out. What else? There's just been so much that I've learned over this year. It's been over a year, but through this year, I've learned so much, and that's just the main thing, is to not spoon feed them, because it's so hard. You're cut for time, but I pray about the time too. If it's cutting close, I say, Lord, please let this finish in a way that you would have it finish. If you would have me finish it all, and in what you would have me leave out or take in, I pray about all that, not out loud, in my head. And I finish every time. And when I finish, I'm like, did that really just happen? Like my student could be struggling with a level 6, and I'm like, we finished. We finished. And how? Don't know. But I do know who. So it's really cool. But yeah, so I'd say pray about it, invest in your student in the ways that he would have you invest in them, and to be real with them 100%, and um, to help them along, guide them along, instead of, it's really hard sometimes for me to keep my mouth shut, and to not just, when they're struggling, I want to help them. I'm like, oh, I want to give you the word, but then if I do that when I'm not there, they can't work through that, and maybe they're not going to even understand how and why that word sounds the way it does. So if I guide them along and see where they messed up, and I say, long I, or maybe the boss E rule doesn't apply to that. Maybe they don't know the boss E rule. I'm going to teach it to them. I may not have time, but I'm going to teach it to them. And I've learned that a lot of my students actually don't know that rule. So if you stuck around for the almost 9 minutes, I encourage you to teach your student the boss E rule. And if you don't know it, I'll make a video. I plan to make a video after this, and I'll show you the boss E rule so that you can teach your student, because it's going to help them read. It will. Happy teaching. Remember to invest in your student. It's the best investment ever. And I don't mean just money-wise. You don't have to money-wise, but invest in them emotionally, and guiding them. Invest in them. My, my heart is God's, but he's filling it. It's like grown. I remember praying with my twins, Lord, please give me the energy and the this and that, for my twins. It grew. And then we had another child, an unplanned child after that. It grew. And now I never thought I'd be teaching kids, so many kids in China, and it grew for them. And then now, I'm praying for energy and all this for them. And it's grown. So I encourage you to pray, invest your time in the Lord, talking to the Lord, and invest your time in your students. 100%. Be real. I might just title this Be Real. Happy teaching.